lot of times, sometimes I have conversations with people that are so profound.
Yeah, but there is in this Western society there's a lack of trust in our body memory system.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to capture things, we want to document things, and that's just the ego and it's the mind, you know, and it's because at the end, sometimes for learning you need to see and you need to practice, you know, but there is a moment that you want to let go because you are more free, because there's still a belief in you that you need that to remember.
Yes. Yeah.
And that belief is not making you free.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and it's very, you need to trust, that's why age is good, because you need to trust there is a moment in you that there's when you are really connected, and when what I want to teach you today, and when you are in that temple and when you are connected with everything, you will have a memory from that you will never, will come to you at the right moment to realize what you need to realize and to make the contrast that you need to make. If you don't make the space for that and you rely on hard drives for your memory, you are not having access to you're limiting the access to the real growth and connection. I'm saying this because even these days, or when you are present, sometimes information comes to you.
Right.
Which is what is needed right at that moment, and you will have a memory from your childhood, or you have a memory or then you compare. Oh my God! I mean, yesterday is like, oh my God! I remember like 4 years ago where I was and what I am right now. Basically, I did the process you want to do with that, and I was able to compare, right? My evolution is all here. All the information gets stored in our body, you know, and we have access at the right moment, at the right place. And that's our power, that's our skills, you know. We rely so much in the external. So I just want to say that, and hopefully that's in camera.
I think so, yeah.
Because this is technology. We have forgotten that, you know, in the West we have that this body is a technology that can access so much information from the past, from the present, and for the future. If we work with the technology 100%, we have all those unlimited powers that people are seeking. But people are seeking those unlimited powers still in the mind. So guess what? They're not gonna have it. They're not gonna make it.
Yeah, I know.
Because even though these teachers now that are talking about the power of the mind, the power of the mind, power of the thoughts, is very limiting.
What do you mean it's limited? I think it's everything, no?
It's not everything. Because it's the body of the mind within a body, and the body basically creating a geometry of alignment. So the mind just do their task. The task of the mind is to fix the attention into something.
It's to bring the mental, the mind in connection with the heart.
Yeah, but for that you need a space for that, which is what I want to talk about. The heart and the heart needs a space. Yes. And if you don't feel safe in the space, you're not gonna access your heart. You're gonna keep thinking you are in your heart. You're gonna keep thinking you are compassionate, and you're gonna try to act as you are compassionate, but you are not, because you are still carrying in the body and in your space the frequency of trauma.
Yeah.
And the frequency of pain. But basically what you're doing is going into that beautiful enlightened mind to suppress that pain and to bypass that pain. But guess what? That pain is the source of all the information you need to achieve in this lifetime. And if you are trying to bypass that into, oh, I'm thinking positive, I'm being, you know, you're gonna go a little bit in the path, thinking you have evolved a little bit. But as soon I guarantee you, as soon a conflict comes into your life, you're gonna lose it.
Yeah. I noticed that a lot of times in my, and especially with like, now I forgot what I was gonna say, but like you know, to be in this harmony, because I did it with like some of the plant medicines. I haven't done it. If I haven't done them for a while, I get sucked matrix really quickly, and I like lose the context of me. So now I'm like, okay, I'm thinking back. I'm like, wait, where did I get out of alignment? Because I know, if I'm true to myself, I'm not fully in alignment with myself, right? So that's where I'm like, okay, like figuring out, like, it's not scientist, but just doing things rather than thinking about it, just doing it, so I can feel in alignment. I know what it feels like to be in alignment. I had glimpses of it, So, and I know when I'm not.
Dude, you see, so it's a feeling, it's not a thought.
Yeah, it's a feeling.
That's the whole point. And the technology to feel is the body, the mind. The mind analyzes the feeling. The mind give a meaning, try to give a label and a meaning to the feeling. And then you're trapped because you're gonna label with the reference that you have. But the first impact is feeling, that's why sound is important, because sound is a feeling, it's a vibration that hits this. So all my work is to get you into your body. Okay? So when people come to me about, okay, I want to find my voice, I want to sing, I always say, sound needs a space.
Yeah.
Moves into space. Yeah. So basically, I don't worry about the sound. What happens with people, most of the people that I see, including myself, but in my journey, is like, what happens is we never lose our voice. It's not about finding your voice. Your voice is always there. The problem is that space that you need for the voice to exist, the authentic voice, because of trauma, experienced or observed, social conditioning, and judgment, which is the mind, we shut the space for the voice. And that the moment that we shut the space for the voice, which is the body itself, where do we go? Here. And that's the moment where the ego and the identity is built. And that is just built to survive that pain. Now, again, it can be pain experience, trauma, or also the social conditioning, which comes in family and comes in the environment. This is very important, because our only purpose when we were kids is to belong and feel love. The only thing you are seeking is food, okay? And then, but even when you are, you are already have that, what you're seeking is love and belonging to something. So you're gonna do anything to belong and to feel love. So if society and environment, family are telling you that, okay, you wanna be a singer, but guess what? It's not safe to be a singer because an artist is not good. You should study. At the very beginning, you're gonna just get that into that. So therefore, the society creates standards of safety, of success, beauty in women mostly, and in men, but women are more affected about that, and even standards of love, which is just pure mind. So what I see often is people that basically success is made in money, safety is based in money, then these stupid ideals of beauty, which make suffer women, right? Because they don't fit, right? But you have to fit for what? To be loved and belong, right? So there is people that I see a lot, even artists or celebrities that I see here, that they achieve the success, they achieve the safety, they achieve the beauty, but what happened? They're depressed, they don't have sense of purpose, and they have addictions or they have accidents. Those are the elements that tells you that your authentic voice.
Accidents? You mean like physical accidents?
Basically
Wow.
Car accidents.
Wow. Yeah. It's like a sign of not being in alignment, yeah?
Yeah, but not being in alignment is not being in alignment with your authentic voice.
Yes.
It's not being in alignment with the codes of spirituality.
Right.
It's not being in alignment with your soul.
Right.
Not being in alignment with your authentic voice, So then what happens? Life stops you. So
what I came to realize, every time, like, okay, there's like it's almost like little sparks. Oh, maybe like it can feel, I can see in other people, and sometimes like my own voice, what it would feel like, and it came to the realization realization that the soul is, the voice is just a pure expression of your soul.
Right on, you say. So we need to fill the gap between that soul voice and the voice of the identity that has been created to survive the pain or to survive the social conditioning judgment.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. So that's when an accident happens. Is the screaming of the authentic voice. When you are depressed, is the screaming of the authentic voice that haven't been listening.
Criminal?
Is the no criminal. You haven't listened to.
Yes.
You know. So what is the foundation for the space for the voice? Feeling safe.
Yeah. Totally.
Everything starts to feeling safe, you know, because we're trying to feel safe with external things, you know. And then if I have things, I feel safe. But guess what? No, you're not gonna feel safe unless that you feel safe from within.
Yeah, I know.
Now, I'm guarantee you, you're not gonna feel safe from within thinking and meditating 15 hours a day. I will tell you.
I know.
Because again, safety is a feeling, very basic. So that's when all now the work that I do connects with architecture, okay, and sacred geometry. Now I'm gonna ask you. So, for example, when you enter a temple with no religious, let's not put the religion connotation there, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you enter a temple, what do you feel?
When in a temple, like, give me an example what you mean by
Architect, like a beautiful, you can choose into a cathedral, you can choose into a mosque, you can choose into a synagogue, you can choose into a pagoda, Buddhist pagoda, you can choose into, or any place, but I need a building.
Right, okay, yeah. I know what you mean. Even though I haven't been like long, but it generally is a sensation, a feeling of peace.
Of peace. Why do you think you feel peace?
There's no noise.
Mm-hmm.
It's organized.
It's organized. That's very good. That's very important. Very good. It's organized in a very specific way.
Yeah.
And because of that organization, you enter and you feel peace. You feel protected there. Do you feel protected there?
Yeah, more than if I go to the place of Venice, of course.
Right, you feel protected, right? Because and you say the way that things are organized. Very good. So that's the first step, you know. The beauty of basically all these temples that I described to you is that all these temples are built with the same ratio. What is ratio? Ratio is a way to organize things, basically. Is the relationship between the whole and each part. So how you put the parts inside creates the feeling.
A whole?
The whole.
Oh, the whole.
The
yeah.
whole, you know. So the whole, and then how you put things inside the whole, right? That's how you organize things. You said that is ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if I tell you that all these temples that I described to you, pyramids in Mexico, pyramids in Egypt, Indian pagodas, Buddhist pagodas, Chinese pagodas, mosques and synagogues are made with the same ratio. Do you know that?
All of us have the same ratio.
Yeah.
Probably the Fibonacci.
It is. It is called the ratio base. But that's, you know what, everybody, all now spiritual people go, oh, Fibonacci, sacred geometry, they don't, I'm sorry, they don't have idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because if you take that seriously, you will apply that to your life.
Yeah.
Because it's not aesthetics.
I'd like to know how.
Eh?
I'd like to know how. How can I apply it?
That's what I'm going to do here. That's what you're going to do here. Because when you enter those spaces, when everybody enters those spaces, basically what they do, because they know that as soon as they enter the space, they're going to feel safe, they're going to feel peace, because the things are organized. There is no judgment there. If there is not religious dogma, there is no judgment. So what people do, that identity, that armor that people wear to be in life, they are able to put that identity out, the armor, and enter, and now they can be in their hearts. They can be in the heart because they are inside a building that is organized in a very specific way that makes them feel at peace and safe.
Makes sense, yeah, because you can see people going into certain buildings, coming in, just being one person there, and then coming out, and then they're going back to their life and be crazy.
But I'm telling you one thing, that's the same thing that happens with plant medicine, what you told me before. Okay, you go to that space, and you're connected, you're feeling the universe, you go back to your life.
And 1 week later, you're back in chaos.
Right, because it's not about the experience. You need to have a practice, and that's what I'm going to teach you, you need to, that pattern that you experience there, you need to practice every single day in your daily life. That's how you're going to become that.
Right.
The problem of this kind of plant medicine situation is exactly, you come back to life, you feel like Superman, but if you don't do anything different, you're going to go back. And it's not, so you really, plant medicine gives you a boost in feeling, actually, in connection with feeling, so you can go back to your daily life and do things differently. Okay? But let's not focus on that. Now, what are the things that happen also inside those temples? What people do inside the temples?
Rituals.
Good. And what is the main element of the rituals?
Prayer.
Great. How do they pray?
With their words.
And?
The mind.
No.
Thoughts.
No.
Singing.
Singing. If you feel every tradition, no matter the religion, no matter the tradition, you have the space, people get in, they pray. How do they pray? With the voice. Either with words or either with singing. And after that experience, what happened to people? They are uplifted, they are empowered. That's what I'm telling you. So they can go out with momentum for their lives.
Because you said that with the words, I was thinking about it, there's the two different types. I feel like you have words, like a language, and then it becomes, I feel like, more analytical, because you have to remember certain words, versus natural expression, because there's not much different changes of the word. It's more like the inner feeling, and there's less to think about.
It's a feeling.
Yeah.
You attach your voice to the feeling of your prayer. That's the technology.
Yeah.
You attach your voice to the feeling of your intention, and that within that ratio gets amplified and gets connected with source and get connected with the community. That's the technology. Now, you tell me before, okay, I would love how I can do that into my life. Well, this is when neurobiology comes into place. So the definition of golden ratio is the harmonic pattern of growth and evolution. Harmonic pattern of growth and evolution.
Harmonic pattern of growth and evolution.
Harmonic. Okay? Now, this pattern is not just present in architecture. As I told you, this temple is present in art, is present in, we are golden ratio based creatures. You and I, we are different, right? But again, the relation, how this body is organized, is precisely golden ratio based. Are you following me here?
Mm-hmm.
Those flowers that are growing in my garden, those trees that are growing there, the way they grow is golden ratio based. The way that some galaxies expand, more of them are golden ratio based. So golden ratio is the code for harmonic living and growth. Is the code of creation.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me?
Yeah, totally. Roses.
Exactly. The Fibonacci thing, that's golden ratio pattern of growth, which is constant. It's the only constant that exists. But that constant creates diversity. That's the magic of it. Okay? Now, because it is a pattern, it is a rhythm of growth, we have in our brain and in our neurophysiology a principle that is called entrainment. Have you heard about entrainment?
I heard the word, but I can't put a meaning to it right now.
Good. So entrainment is the ability of the brain to get in sync to any external rhythm.
Wow, powerful.
Powerful, right? Right there. So So when you listen to music that has a beat, what do you do?
Move? Say it one more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you move, like you know, you move,
That's it, you move.
yeah.
Do you think about that?
Do I think about how I move?
No, do you think to move? Or you just move?
I just probably move.
No, you just move.
Yeah.
Right? And then you give a meaning to the music. Oh, this is this DJ. Oh, this is that. But when the rhythm hits you, right?
Yeah.
Again, I ask you, do you think about this?
No, you just do it.
That's it. That's the crack.
Ah. Because you're bypassing the analytical mind.
Exactly. Because basically that goes to our temporal lobe, and then some milliseconds after goes into prefrontal lobe that you make a meaning.
Yeah. Just so you know, like, give you a heads up, I'm probably like in the prefrontal cortex a lot, like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but that's why that's why you're here.
Okay, just so you know what you're dealing with.
I mean, you have no idea what I deal with.
Okay.
So that's the whole part, you know, because rhythm and sound bypasses the prefrontal cortex at the very beginning, and you get entrained, you get in sync. That is gonna be our crack. This is gonna be your savior for your life.
Nice.
Okay? That's the crack. Because now if I tell you that we have a harmonic pattern and rhythm of growth and evolution, do you want to train with that pattern?
Yeah, of course.
Right. What are humans in training with? Other patterns of growth.
What are the other patterns?
No. The other patterns of growth are like how you see a city, how you see New York growing, architecture, right?
Yeah.
It's growth, right?
Yeah.
But how is the organization?
It's not harmonic.
That's
Chaotic.
beautiful. You say it's not harmonic.
Yeah.
Therefore, it creates chaos, it creates stress, you know, it's without. Exactly. You see how nature grows, it grows in harmony, it grows in circles, it grows in spirals.
Yeah. I even have a hard time being in LA because I feel chaotic here.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you are still attributing things into the outside. I mean,
Right.
So, and that doesn't matter where you move. If you don't organize your mind,
it.
you're gonna feel that way.
Because I've been thinking, do I need to go somewhere else, like Costa Rica and this and that?
No,
Yeah.
that's the lie.
Okay.
Let's do this work
Okay,
and then you make a
thank you.
decision.
Save my life.
So again, if we can choose, right, to which pattern, because you are somehow you're right. As soon as you are out, you are gonna be in sync with, okay. Unless that you do this, you have a very internal practice, or you are able to be steady in your internal rhythm, which this practice help you. That's why I live here, right? I live here because I choose to, as soon as I get up, you know, to be entrained with all these patterns. That goes into everywhere. It's like economy, relationship. It's about creating, you say the word for harmonic relationship, harmonic growth. And guess what? Nature is giving us the code. Leonardo da Vinci is giving us the code. Alfred Tudor is giving us the code. The Greek architecture is giving up the code. The Egyptian architecture is giving up the code. The Mayan architecture, why? Because they were connected with nature and they were connected with the cosmos. Okay, so how we're gonna do is we're gonna create that architecture in your brain.
Yes.
You know, and how we're gonna do it with the principle of entrainment.
Yeah.
You know, because we can get in sync your brain with rhythm, but not just with rhythm that you listen, with your own movement. The most powerful way to engage your brain and entrain it is through movement, because the inner ear is the organ that codifies sound. Okay, you hear rhythm. Beside the inner ear, the cochlea, is another system called vestibular system. Okay, a very unknown.
In the ear, yeah?
In the ear, right? The vestibular system is the one that codifies movement. So when I do this, I know that I'm doing this. Okay. Why? Because there's a little crystals inside, they move the crystal, electrical impulse. Let's not go there. Easy. Ear, vestibular system, okay? there is a nerve that goes out towards the central nervous system, out of the cochlea. Another nerve that goes out from the vestibular system that codifies movement, goes up into the central nervous system. Guess what? They join in the eighth cranial nerve, and they go into giving a signal into the central nervous system, which means that sound and movement is the same for the brain.
What does it, when I know what you're saying, it makes so much sense. What is it, because when I'm reflecting as on myself, where I am, like, sometimes I'm not, like, I guess I don't have that still point to absorb sometimes words or meaning to it, or not being able to listen to the lyrics, because my brain is everywhere else, but not centered and in alignment.
Yeah, but that's not because of vestibular system.
Okay.
That's because you are just in your monkey mind non-stopping.
Okay.
That's not physiological. That is psychological.
Okay, because I was thinking maybe my nervous system is out of tact. That's the reason why I'm not.
We need to. Well, we'll talk. I'll ask you a couple of questions to see, because I have a feeling. But let's finish this. So we can sync our brain with hearing sound or with moving. And actually, moving is the most direct way to get your brain in sync. Now, we're gonna use patterns of 5. We're gonna breathe and move in 5. So we're gonna get in sync our brain with 5. Why 5? Because the pentagon, okay, is in geometry the embodiment of golden ratio. You follow me? If we apply it into a shape, golden ratio structure is the pentagon. You see my flowers in my garden, you're gonna see the center, they have 5 petals, and the center is clearly a pentagon. Basic pentagon. Or you have the 5 star. The other, you know.
Isn't it a pentagon, a 5 star?
You can put the 5 star is inside a pentagon.
Oh, okay, pentagon. Okay, got it. Yeah, pentagon. Five thing rectangle with five edges.
So this is what we're talking about, because this is I think you're gonna be, for your analytical mind, if you see it, it's gonna be better.
Yeah, try not. I think I know.
So basically, this is what I'm telling you. So pyramids of Giza, you know. How is this golden ratio based? Because it's this organization between, you know, these rectangles and all these measurements are golden ratio based. It's all about measure. It's all about relationship. It's all about harmonic relationship. You see it again, another completely different shape, right? But is within the ratio, the organization. You say it very wisely. How things are organized, the singular parts in relationship to the whole is all constant in golden ratio, which defines the shape of the spiral. This is the shape how energy flows.
I wonder where they figured out this point and not why it's not here.
Well, you can invert it here.
Oh, okay.
It's the same.
Okay.
You can flip it there. No, this comes because you are creating this line, you are putting these rectangles.
Yeah.
Cathedrals, you know. And then going to nature, you see what I'm saying? Even in the natural world, the relationship.
Yeah. It's nature, it makes a lot of sense.
This is the shape of creation. You see? All the fractals.
So we can create that within
in your brain. So you see, and then the 5, you see? Pentagon, pentagon, pentagon. You see that?
Yeah.
The 5 is the embodiment of golden ratio in a number and in geometry. So when we're gonna get in sync with that in your brain, breathing in 5, that's how we're gonna start creating that architecture in your brain. And by the way, because we are doing it with our body, it's gonna be a physical feeling of that, what this structure brings, which is strength and flexibility at the same time, which is what we want, right? Good. So basically, that's it. Now, because the whole point is building a temple, okay? Then when the temple is built, when you have that structure built, you know what happens with your voice?
It exfoliates.
Exfoliates is a beautiful way to say it. Exfoliates. You know, now there is a space open, right? So your voice starts flowing.
Yeah, that's great. That'd be a nice place to be in.
Right? it's a nice place to live in, and it's possible. I mean, I'm telling you, because now the only key for this, to live in that space, you have to practice every day this pattern.
Okay.
Because as a flower, as even your cells, you can have the best pattern ever, okay?
Yeah.
If you don't repeat it, it doesn't manifest. We talk about manifestation again, whatever. It's very basic.
It's been abused, I know.
No, it's basic. It's very basic.
Yeah.
Compared to, anyway. So, but what is true of manifestation, basically in the physical world, is like you choose a pattern, you repeat that pattern, you become the pattern.
That's it.
It's that simple. But people are lazy, so you are choosing the wrong patterns, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't know the other ones exist.
Yeah.
Which, that's why, teachers are bringing other perspectives and other patterns,
Yeah.
so people can learn, and then, oh my God, there's another possibility of life.
Yeah. It's like same thing with the practices, because lately I haven't found like that practice I could do on a daily basis, because even like meditation, it's like, it depends. Like if you have peace surrounding, great, it's easy, but then most of the time, let's assume the worst, is like, no, it's chaotic, and then it's like, there's no benefit. I don't feel better out of meditation, or if it's the wrong teacher for Qigong, it's like, Qigong has so much more depth to it, but if it's the wrong teacher, it doesn't feel right, so there's like, and also even Kundalini, I think it's a short-term fix. I feel like Kundalini, like breath, you feeling a shift, which is a nice feeling to shift in general, but over long term, there's not much depth to it.
The good news, you are here.
I know.
Right?
Maybe.
It's not that I'm better than anyone, but what I know is that the students that practice, they change.
Yeah. Okay.
And the voice start, and then there's many benefits. We're going to see that the practice is multi-layered, because golden ratio basically is how you access energy. Is the code of creation.
The
right?
life force is saying.
So you're gonna feel heat during the practice. There's a lot of things that happen, but again, the key is for you to practice every day. So after today, I'm gonna send you a video. For these next 6 days, you practice. You master that movement. The next day I come, we check it out, and then we go into the next one. And that's how the temple keeps expanding. Okay, you keep getting stronger, more space, and you keep more flow.
Great, I'm so excited.
All right. So
it's perfect, because I don't have a daily practice. I've been looking for something, and it's like, here it is. Great.
Here it is.
Let's do it.
Okay. So let's do it. Stand up. It's. Let me.
Oops.
I always start with sound, and I use the sound of the shell. You see?
Because it's a harmonic frequency.
The what?
It's a harmonic frequency, the golden ratio.
Yeah, perfect. You got it. I mean, check what? In India tradition, in the Vedas, they said that the sound that comes out from the shell is the sound of Om.
Om.
What is Om?
Unity, oneness. It's the vibration of everything. The vibration of the universe, right?
Yes, is the original vibration that creates the universe.
Right.
That's why we sing Om, to connect to that sound of the universe origin. The origin of the sound comes from the shape of the creation.
Yeah, because it's like a galaxy, like exfolding itself.
It's golden ratio. Stop it there.
Golden ratio.
That's it. It's
That's
not
right.
get esoteric here. It's like the galaxies and the universe. No. It's just a golden ratio. Boom.
Yeah.
Now, this we have it in all traditions. You have it in Haiti. You have it in Hawaii. You have it in Mesoamerica. Why? By coincidence, right? They always open the rituals in all these traditions blowing this up. Why? Because you are calling in that harmonic, universal, creative sound. Powerful, no?
Yeah, totally. Great.
So that's, I always start blowing this into you to start awakening that.
Yes.
All right. And then I will do a little bit of ball, and then I just guide you. So
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, put your hands like this. Close your eyes.
Like this?
Yeah.
Like this.
As in like this. Just close your eyes and just receive the sound.